Yep. I'm gonna apologize in advance. There were sound issues going on that whole time, but we have some audio, so some of it will be a little spotty, and but you'll be able to hear it. If you. Anyways, we can get hair and makeup in here if you need.
It's all right. I've been doing this long enough to know to do my own. Also, it's a one-woman show. You make more money if you can do everything yourself.
All right, your mom can head home
then. Mom,
that was a joke. Anyways,
is your mom involved?
Heavily.
I don't know. I don't come out often and do the open mics, or that's why I like judging that one competition Haley does, because I'm like, oh, these are all the new people. Okay, and you guys, here we go. Because otherwise, I don't know. There was somebody, I was talking to Brittany the other day, and she was like, she was mentioning somebody, and I was like, who the fuck is this? And she was like, oh, he's been there as long as I have, I think. And I was like, where? I'm not. So if I don't if I don't go to a show or get out there, I can go a couple years before. What I'm saying is time flies the older you get, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how fast it goes for you guys, but
quicker than it feels like it should.
It only speeds up.
Yeah.
It only keeps speeding up.
Who was the comic you hadn't heard of that had been around for as long as Brittany?
I don't even fucking remember their name.
Well, clearly they're not.
I mean, we were talking at the school picking up kids. So we've got like
not very
kids. I'm picking up my kids. Brittany's picking up her kids. We're chatting about something else. She says, "Oh, somebody, so and so," and I was like, "Who?"
I thought you were saying like at the.
No. Like we were at school.
We were
at Washington Elementary, just picking up kids.
Her kids go to Washington Elementary, everybody.
Are we already starting?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Start?
We can.
There's no
we can cut.
We can do an intro.
Hard launch.
I
don't even.
It's pretty soft launches around here.
Okay. I'll be totally honest. I've seen some clips that you guys post on Instagram or whatever, but I've not gone to and watched a whole episode, so I have no idea what the fuck you guys are doing
what most
here.
people.
Yeah, that's all you need to see.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It's.
Thank you. Well, I guess here's our hard launch. Krystal Moore, what's your Krystal lore?
Ooh,
that's a good one.
That's a good rhyme.
Is it?
It's good.
I think that's a good rhyme.
That's not bad. I'm a comedian and a producer, and I've been doing it 11 years now.
All here in Boise?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got kids, and I kind of like them.
Nice.
So I think I might keep them.
Okay.
Sorta okay kids.
Yeah.
You might keep them.
They're good. They're all right. I like them, and I like hanging out with them.
Would you say they're pretty good?
They're pretty good most of the time, you know.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. I mean, I've kept them around.
Name
That's
drop.
good.
Treat them well. Hang out with them.
Yeah.
No, I do stick around Boise because I
You like being
like
around
my
your
kids.
family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I want to raise them, and when they're off and they're free, then I'll be free.
How close are you to freedom?
Oh,
Getting mixed reviews on if you like your kids or not.
No, I love my kids. They're great. They're really great.
Cool.
They're really cool. And that's why I've stuck around. I liked being a stay-at-home mom when I was a stay-at-home mom, and it gave me the opportunity to produce comedy shows and focus on that at night because they're like asleep.
So how does it feel to be living our dream as a stay-at-home parent?
It's awesome. Honestly, it's pretty rad. I get to watch cartoons and make smoothies and play games with the kids.
You know what? I do that.
I
All
know
those
about all the
things
skibbity
now.
toilets and the Riz and
Right.
how Ohio it is.
Those are words.
I know.
That's impressive.
I'm listening to the kids and I'm playing with them. I love it. No, I do like hanging out with my kids.
It's almost like having kids and being a stay-at-home mom is very similar to being a nerdy stay-at-home 27-year-old man.
Yeah,
You just watch a lot of
it's-
cartoons and play a lot of video games. And
Yeah. I mean, you
stay
can
at
get
home
as crafty and
anything.
creative with it as you'd like, really.
yeah.
I'm a stay-at-home person.
You're a stay-at-home person.
Yeah,
Okay.
no kids. Just
Listen, I think
just
you
stay
can
at
stay at
home.
home for any reason.
Stay at home.
There's no stay-at-home shame
someone's got to do
coming
it.
from me. That's how I feel.
Krystal, the first time I saw you perform was many years ago, roughly 4.
Oh, no shit.
It was at a Freaky Friday show.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. Who had to do your set?
Greg Sisko. I'll never forget.
It was the one where you had the whole ensemble on.
I had the blood shorts. Yeah. I had the blood shorts on. That is their shorts that look like my vagina's bleeding.
Did you
the
trade
blood shorts?
shorts with Greg so that he
I
could
offered,
accurately
and
portray your set?
he was like, "No, thank you." But he
Coward.
did win that night with my set, which was like, "This is poetic. Really, this is exactly what I'm saying with this joke." In fact,
Nice.
thank you.
right.
How far into comedy was that for you? Were, I guess, what, 6 or 7 years in? That
Yeah,
was that
yeah.
around 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was, I made those as a period protest, the Summer of Fundamentalists,
Mm.
when Roe versus Wade was overturned. That was like 3 years ago now.
That's crazy.
I know, right? You guys have done nothing to get me back on.
It's not true.
It's terrible.
I have a Planned Parenthood bumper sticker on my truck right now for giving them $20 a year.
All right, I'll take that. I'll
So
take that.
I have
That's
done
something. That's
my
not nothing.
part collectively.
That's not nothing.
Won't talk about what I've done, but I've done stuff.
All right, you did panic there for just a half a second.
Well,
Max
because
has
I didn't know
driven
if it was
several
okay
people to Ontario.
La 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 la. Hey, kids, guys, I can't illegally participate in revolution until I got 10 more years,
It's all right.
and then I'll be breaking the law.
I'll have your arsenal ready.
Sweet, nice. We are in Idaho.
That's
Those
right.
aren't hard to come by.
No, they're not. Underground bunkers and
I'm from
doomsday
Weezer.
arsenals. You're from Weezer?
I think everybody I know has a gun. Yeah.
I was just in Weezer on Monday
Why?
because I work for a roofing company and I was taking
okay.
pictures of the roof that they were doing in Weezer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. It was very Weezer.
It is. Yeah.
It's
Whatever. If
very
you don't know Weezer,
still.
whatever you think of when we say
There's
Weezer,
roofs.
you're correct. That's exactly.
roofs and
Just like
stuff.
Bunny Holly.
Oh,
It's the home of the National Fiddle Festival.
What?
fiddle
Yeah.
fest?
National Fiddle
National.
Fiddles
The
Fest-
National Old Time Fiddle Festival.
What?
Home
I love
of.
fiddles.
You should go out there.
I'm so down.
Because it is like they all camp out. It is super cool.
That
It's like
sounds
the
really
only
fun.
cool thing that happens in Weezer. It's like the third full week in June. All the fiddlers in the nation like caravan to Weezer and park out on all these fields, and they'll compete, which you can buy a ticket to that. But
Oh,
like
that's
the
so
cool
cool.
thing is walking around their camps at night because they're all just
They're
like
all just-
jamming out with each other.
Everyone's playing
It's
Devil Went
just-
Down to Georgia.
I have not actually heard Devil Went Down. They're just all
That's
We have to-
jamming. It is
that
cool.
whole
It's
song
really
is
cool.
about a fiddle fight.
I know. I'm sure that they have.
We have to learn the Fit as a Fiddle song from Singing in the Rain and do that choreography. And go and just whoop ass down there.
We should. I'm down to do this.
can
Like
do
I'll
Debbie
go
Reynolds.
fucking hard.
We're gonna have blisters just like them.
We're gonna dance. We're gonna practice till our feet bleed.
We're gonna do a diet of only cigarettes and coffee.
It's the breakfast of champions.
The ulcers make me aerodynamic. Keeps me light.
That's my favorite thing about like old Hollywood. And they're like, yeah, I was on this special diet of, coffee, cigarettes, and Adderall. And I'm like, that's my college diet.
4 heart attacks on set every day.
Steak and methamphetamine. We're fine.
It's like, you know what a 16-year-old girl needs? More coffee and more cigarettes.
My My chest hurts.
Get
used to it, sweetheart.
All right, Toto.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Give this to like a cigarette.
They probably did.
Dude, oh
They
my
probably
god.
did.
If they could have, they would have.
Have you, there's this show on HBO that these two comedians do, and it's called Animals, and it's just like these little cute animated like animals in New York, and they just two comedians voice everything.
How have I not seen this? This is right up my
It's
alley. I
so-
can see why
you
you're
love
even
it.
like
You would love it, and it's so
suggesting
good.
it to me.
It's so good. But in one of the first episodes, there's like two police horses, and they're like talking about how like one of their horse buddies made it to like the big time of like horse racing, and then they're talking about like parades and stuff, and one of the horses is like, you know, my father's father, he was in the parade in the '80s, the Olympic parade. Tons of cocaine. They were shoving it up anything and everything's noses.
Oh, the 80s was nothing but cocaine.
And I'm like, yes. No, it's really, you would love it because there's also like a whole backstory of like the humans where they're like fucking up the world and shit, and like there's all this fucked up shit going on, and so like it's just, and they don't speak, so just the animals speak, and then the humans are all just like in the background like doing this like crazy shit,
I
like
love
that ends
that.
up like, you know, transgressing throughout the whole season and stuff, and like
I love that.
then they have like one like live action episode in the middle of like where like they have like RuPaul and like,
Oh,
like
RuPaul.
playing like this evil doctor, and it's so good.
Oh my god. Animals. I'm gonna
Animals.
look that up. Oh my goodness.
I want to say,
Because
I want to say
love.
Phil Marisi is maybe one of the guys' names. And then Mike something.
I never remember.
They're
those
like,
things.
yeah, I don't either. But it's hilarious, and it's just like such a like raw, like funny. The animation style is really cute too. Like,
I love an animation. I
But-
love an animation.
oh man.
So this is, and I love apocalypses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have been waiting for the apocalypse for 41 years, and I'm finally like, it's happening,
It's
you
happening
guys.
now.
What's your first
no.
move when?
It was my first move.
Yeah, when-
Wow. Well, you can never really know what the first move is going to be because you don't know what's going to fucking kick it off. We're in the middle of it right now.
Okay, what are your current
It may be
moves?
anticlimactic.
Okay.
My first moves right now are to raise kids that aren't fucking fascist.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a good first move.
that's my first move, and to make you laugh at a comedy show. I do think like comedy humor is our best tool against fascism. Like comedy does the best when shit's the worst, but like you need it the most, and if you do it right and you do it smart and you do it with love, I think you have the most potential to like, you know what I mean, plant seeds that change people's hearts, because that's the problem, really.
Yeah. I mean, I think historically when shit has hit the fan, the things that have like stuck through have been like live performance, and however you're making that happen, whether it's comedy or a stage thing. And then like booze and hookers.
Yeah.
And, like-
Yeah. I mean, booze and hookers will always be there.
Yeah.
Always.
Till the end of time, from the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Booze
the
and
Holy
hookers.
Trinity. The unholy Trinity.
Comedy, booze, and hookers.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think raise kids that aren't shitty and make people laugh.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's my plan so far.
Learn how to make a fire with a magnifying glass. It
Move
seems important.
3 is to weld a snowplow to the front of my car.
Oh.
Okay.
Because I'm going to want to plow through shit during
Okay.
apocalyptic driving.
You do think that, yeah. Now on this side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to battle ready your vehicles.
Sure. Yeah. What about in like a month when all the oil's sure no one's car works? And
Yeah. Thank you. This is, you gotta skip past the violence at the beginning.
Listen, a
And
big
part
We're
of
all
the
taken to the
solutions.
woods.
a big part of making your vehicle battle ready is converting to a vegetable oil engine.
How are you gonna do that?
don't know, there's
Apocalypse and
internet kids.
Kids on the
Oh, there's
Chronic.
videos.
YouTube videos.
r/10-minute apocalypse vegetable car.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly. Or I'll just buy a horse.
That's not a bad idea. What's your plan?
Probably I'm gonna go to like somewhere where I can get access to a car and drive it as far up into the mountains as I can, and then just kind of camp out,
There you go. Solid plan.
abandon
Ted
the car
Kaczynski
somewhere,
style.
and just kind of live off the land for a little bit. Seems like fun, honestly. Write a little bit, journal.
Do some journaling.
Yeah, get better at crocheting.
Would you like travel down to like look at the?
I would travel up to
Yeah.
survey.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of make it feel like my own
Wait till
little.
the
Like
smoke
go find like an
clears.
abandoned fire lookout or something.
Yep. And then I'll be like, we did it. And then realize that I didn't bring anyone with me. And then I'll probably start going crazy and I'll name a rock something. And, it won't be an easy life going on, but it'll be me and my pet rock's little life that we
I
have
feel like
there.
you would name a lot of rocks.
I would probably name a lot of
and I
rocks.
want to know the first 3 rock names you would pick.
Me too, actually.
Esteban, Julio, Jamaica, Toyota, Della Rosa, Ramirez.
How many names
that's
is
one
that?
name.
That was
Right?
the first rock.
Okay. All right.
Second's gonna be Geode Free Dahmer.
Okay. Very nice. I like that. Punny.
We're gonna have Chris Rock.
Also cute.
Of course. Rick.
And Rick.
I'm gonna have Rick.
Yeah.
It's a nice. Rick.
Is Rick because it's so close to rock?
Nope. No correlation.
No. Okay.
No correlation, no relation whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah. Much like Boulder Jones. No relation to The Rock, the actor. We also have Dwayne. Dwayne Johnson.
Who is related to The Rock?
Yeah, but he's not The Rock, the actor. he lives in Connecticut.
And he is a rock.
No, he just rocks. We got Sandy because she crushes it. They turn into sand when you crush rocks. That was a
Explain
Took me a
it.
second.
yeah. I was,
Oh, you did? Okay, never mind. He knew he needed to explain it. I was like, why is he explaining this?
yeah, I was dumb. How many rocks deep are we?
We're like at 7, 8, maybe 9,
How many did you want?
3.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. You named the whole family.
Yeah.
yeah. Those are my neighbors.
So are these already rocks that you've named in your room, or?
In my room?
Yeah, like because you like
you
knew
thought of
these
this?
names.
Yeah.
You have these rock friends
Yeah, like,
today,
these-
right now?
No. No. These are future rock.
Just premonitions, just
yeah.
prophecies
I'm just trying to.
for the apocalypse.
That's so Raven.
Super Raven. Yeah. People will be raving about. It's so dumb. Hey, do you guys know what cobwebs are?
Like, yeah,
Like cobwebs? Like,
There's no spiders and they just show up. What
like
are
the little hairs from a corn cob.
like in things that show up in the corner of
yeah.
roofs?
Yeah, those are spider
They are from
webs.
spider webs.
They are.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I guess I could have googled that. I guess.
There we go. Case closed on the silver
Everybody's learning.
cobwebs.
I was trying to.
Cobwebs are, in fact, produced by spiders.
Yep, I just realized there were a lot of plans in my, or a lot of holes in my apocalypse, a lot of plants in my apocalypse holes, and
I think you're going to do great.
no, yeah, not once did I mention where I'm going to get a tent or I could get a car, but
You're
I
just
didn't.
going to go with the flow.
Like in my
That
head,
you watch so many like survival videos on YouTube of just guys building shelters. You don't need a tent.
though.
Boy, YouTube
What?
is so weird. I have.
That's like the one thing you've like shown me in the last 6 months is like this guy's great. He just goes out into the woods and like builds a
Builds
shelter
shit,
and cooks
yeah.
stuff.
Well, yeah, like
And sometimes he brings his kids.
yeah, that was like a day of my life, and like
Yeah.
I don't watch.
You don't want the
all-
people
Okay.
to think that you watch that
That's okay.
a lot, or that's
Well,
like
no, but I
part
could
of
see
your
how that would.
algorithm.
I could see how that would, because it's also been annoying me with how much it shows up on my like thing. where,
Because
like,
it is a part of your algorithm.
yeah, it's like I watched one thing like months ago, and now it's like, hey, new thing from Mountain Family here.
Mountain Family. They have
Yeah.
a name.
I think so. What are
I
their
like
names?
those videos.
I don't mind them. Yeah, I like the ones. There used to be one. This dude just goes out. I think it was based in Australia, but he'd go out
Really?
and like dig up mud and make clay and
yeah.
houses and all kinds of weird shit. He had, like at one point he had a furnace he had built, like, and the whole ground was then heated, and you're like.
You know
Why
how-
are you doing this? But I love it. I'll keep watching. He doesn't even like tell you what he's doing or why. All you hear is the sound of the
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, it's like where they speed it up really fast, and they just like kind of speed.
Yeah,
make
yeah.
a,
Like he'll speed up bits of it, and then it'll be slow for a
Dude,
little bit.
I've like, you know how when you're scrolling YouTube on your phone, it'll like start playing a video in the like timeline and it'll just keep playing it if you don't click on it or
Yeah,
anything?
yeah.
I've like been scrolling YouTube and seen a video like that of like two dudes in like Indonesia.
Or something, and they're like digging out like a swimming pool.
Yeah, the swimming pool ones. I've seen those.
I just sat
They're hilarious.
and watched the whole thing
Oh,
in
yeah.
the timeline and it was like a 20-minute video. I'm just like sitting there like
It catches
watching
you,
no
though.
sound on, like just sitting in silence, like watching these two dudes dig in like
I want to see this
4
pool
times
come
speed.
together. Fuck yeah.
I just like progress, you know.
Oh my god.
Because you're like, this is not going to work out.
And
But you
plumbing
know
out of
it is.
bamboo.
But
Oh.
you're like, it's not going to work out. But no, it does. They
Yeah.
have a pool in the end.
It's
Yeah.
great.
I'll get to the
And
end
it's
of those ones.
underground.
I like the videos that are
Underground
I have no idea how this or why this came up in my feed initially. I know why it's there now because I'll watch it every time. Like I'm stopping on this and I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
it all the way through. But it's the hooves, like the dude's like
Oh,
cleaning.
Oh, yes, I love that
I
shit,
love
dude. Oh my
so
god.
much.
Oh,
And
I
then-
got into such a
and then it goes
crazy
into,
like
ice cream, but to that sound.
dude, I got into a wild
God.
spree a couple months ago of watching those like so many of them. I would like go to the accounts and just watch every single one some guy had
love 'em. I
posted. I'm like,
fucking love 'em.
when they like release the pressure of it, oh my god, you're like,
yes.
you're like, oh, that's nice. Like that's gross, but I love it.
I love it. It's oddly satisfying.
It's so oddly satisfying, like the way that it just
And the
like
rug
shears
cleanings,
up.
before TikTok or Insta or like YouTube Shorts, there was just Reddit, and my
Yeah.
favorite Reddit page was our power wash porn.
Oh, those are so good. Watching something
Can go from just muck to clean, just
No,
go
I think TikTok has gone too far because some of them I'm like, you dipped this rug in the mud before you brought. Like, this is not real.
It was-
You've created the situation, and I now I'm mad.
Have you seen like the accounts? There's people that will like come up with like different shit to do like that type of stuff. Like they'll like slice soap into like cubes and then like run a knife
yes.
across it. And, like, or just like squeeze silly buddy like and like there's like compilations of that. And I remember that being a thing like before TikTok. Like it was always in like the Snapchat suggested like weird ad stories on the right.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That
we got a stim, man.
no, that's like the only
It
reason I have
itches
a
your
mustache
brain.
right now. So I can just stim.
I mean, I
Just
have
like,
a couple of mustaches that I put on, and I enjoy appropriating men's symbols of power.
It's nice.
But
I don't
also,
even see
yeah,
it as
you're
a symbol
like-
of power. I'm just like, it feels nice. And it makes me like not feel weird about what I'm doing with my hands in social situations.
You're like,
because I'm like occupied. I'm like, this isn't weird at all.
I do that with my chin hair.
When I like first started growing out this beard, I like
These like soul power chairs, and they were too long, and I could like
pull them into my mouth, and I couldn't stop like just like raking them into my mouth with my teeth, and I felt so fucking weird. I'm doing that in public. When the grocery store, I'm like, I'm like, I gotta fucking shave this. This is disgusting.
Yeah. One time I went a week without shaving and I wanted to kill myself.
But the mustache makes me feel like Burt Reynolds.
It's nice. It's cool.
Yeah.
I do shave my mustache, but that's all. Only my mustache. And that's because when I was 16, this kid in seminary, which is like this fucking Mormon class that you go to in the middle, you know, ran his thumb across my upper lip. Why he's touching me unconsensually anyway, I don't know. But runs his thumb across my upper lip and goes, "Oh, you got some fuzz there." And I have shaved my upper lip like weekly since
Kids are bastards.
that day. And now I do have a mustache. Like I didn't before. I have a full.
You shaved it into it.
I have a full mustache now.
Have you ever waxed it?
No, oh my god, no, you just like
I know people who wax it and stuff, and I'm like,
you have to like grow it out a certain
that.
amount. Mm-hmm. And then, oh my god, like, oh no, I have some right here.
I won a full body wax one time and I couldn't use it because like
Yeah, why? No, why? Why would you?
Oh, I would. It would be.
Yeah.
I'd shave everything already, like really, and you have to wait like a week. Like it has to grow like a gross amount so that they can like rip hair out.
Yeah.
But like that's gross, and so I couldn't use it, and I had to give it to a friend.
Because you shave religiously already.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Making fun of a hairy thing on us.
Oh.
Maybe.
That's
Okay.
why
Do
you
you?
shave?
The recipe is just hairy.
Okay.
I'm fully the recipe is just hairy. I'm fully
That's so funny.
I have hairy legs.
You shave
right
your
now.
lip, but not your
Just like
legs and your
only my
armpits. That's so
mustache.
funny.
Hairy armpits.
That's badass.
And I've been
That's a power move.
rocking full hair, body hair for like 15 years. Nobody's ever been like, "Oh, put your clothes back on.
No,
You're
who cares?
hairy," because they don't when you're fucking naked.
That's what I love
Nobody
about.
cares actually.
That's
Nobody
what I love
actually cares.
about.
She was just a bitch, probably.
I mean,
Go.
they like.
Go.
It wasn't even like a popular thing for women to shave until the razor companies were like, you know what we should do? Sell razors to women too.
Exactly.
Let's make ads that say women's body hair is gross. And they succeeded.
And I refuse. I do get a lot of questions about it though. I do because it's been a long time. So,
Like shave cool designs in them.
no, like I just look like a fucking monkey from like here to there. And I don't wear shorts all that often because I just don't want the question.
Yeah.
Why don't you shave? Like, why are you asking?
Why do you mind your
like,
business?
yeah.
Yeah.
What a weird question to ask a stranger,
Yeah, that
you
is
fucking
weird.
weirdo. And so you just,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
on stage, not so much. Like, because then it's like, I'm making you think about this, and maybe I'll address it, maybe I won't.
That makes sense.
But you're thinking about it. She doesn't shave her armpits. And that's your fucking weird thing, Like, that makes you a weirdo. Like, just sitting there like, oh, she doesn't shave her armpits.
That is
Like, what
so
are you
true.
doing at the show? Thinking even about that.
Like, you got bigger issues if that's what you're
Yeah,
targeting it
exactly.
on.
That's what you're getting out of it. You're not listening. And that's fine. You can think about my armpits. You still paid to get in here.
So, are you like booking all the shows at Liquid now?
Not all of them, no. I'm just
Okay.
producing...
Your own shows there?
Yeah, my own shows. So I'll produce 2 monthly shows there.
Okay.
Femme Fatale, the feminist comedy
Feminist.
show, right?
Mhm.
And then the secret show on the fourth Friday.
Yeah.
Which you're on.
Yeah.
Today.
Today.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm excited.
2 weeks ago from when this comes out. Yeah, I'm excited to be on. I've never performed at Liquid.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's not the same room as it was before.
Yeah.
If you do have anyone listening or watching your podcast that remembers Liquid Laughs, they'd be a lot older than you, so that'd be weird. But, that was the upstairs, like that Liquid Lounge. Have you been in there?
Yeah, like where the games
tables,
and stuff are. That's where the
So that used to be
stage was. And
yeah,
stuff?
that used to be the stage. Actually, that's at Mad Suite. That's the
really?
Liquid Laugh stage.
Okay.
We just took it.
Nice.
When they were like, "Oh, we're gonna do," we can't. Well, and the thing was like in the pandemic, the whole city there was like a bunch of
all the ordinances that you couldn't have
regulations,
gatherings.
and so what was he supposed to do? And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna put pool tables in here in the meantime," and it was a smart business move, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they're still in business.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just in December, he was like, I think he's missing it.
Yeah.
I think he's missing it, and he's watched everybody like
Kind of
carry on.
Yeah.
Doing it. I mean, not too many of us were doing it during the pandemic.
Yeah, that's like I started doing comedy like I did my first like open mic, and it was like one of the first ones Mad Suite had. Like,
Okay.
Like after the
2021.
pandemic in 2021. And then I didn't start doing it like really that consistently until like end of 2022.
Okay.
And then like January 2023 when I was like, okay, I'm going to do this like all the time, like hit as many mics a week as I can. But yeah, I remember like when I was first looking for like mics to go to and stuff, like there was nothing.
Yeah, it was just
there was absolutely no comedy in Boise. It seems like from me like looking it up and stuff.
Well, there was there was no monthly
venue, like a real like
there's no comedy club.
No, exactly.
Because I know when Mad Suite opened up, or because my shows were the first ones and Haley's.
Yeah.
Femme Fatale, and then this other one that I was doing called Brunch of Laughs.
Okay.
So it was like brunch.
Yeah.
In a comedy show, which had such a weird audience, honestly. Like it attracted, the gays, obviously.
Yeah.
But also the Meridian moms.
Oh, like the Christian Meridian moms.
Yeah.
That love brunch.
Yes.
That love Easter brunch.
Yes, exactly.
I know who you're talking about.
They'll go to a drag brunch,
Yeah.
right? But they're also like not really allies,
Yeah.
They're ally adjacent.
Yeah. They're like, they want to have fun.
Yeah.
But they don't want to
They
like
support this as long as we're all here supporting us right now.
Yeah. But as soon as one of the other moms
from the HOA says something.
No, but that's the issue with them at a comedy show, because they'll like look to each other to get permission to laugh at something, and you're just like, oh my god, you're either not drunk enough or like, why are you here together if you can't laugh together?
I've seen that honestly a lot at shows where it's like the people are looking side to side at their group to see if it's okay to laugh, and I'm like, are you guys like not actually friends with each other that you came with, or like
no? Every
like,
group is like that. Almost every group, like it doesn't matter the comedy show, because I've got ones that are super feminist with the blood shorts, right? But I've also got like mom jokes, where I do not wear the blood shorts. So it's a thing that happens with all like the groups of friends when they come and they all sit together, because then they just. I think it's a thing people do realistically, like look to each other for validation and am I okay here? Am I safe to laugh? And I think a good host will address those kinds of things. At the mom joke show, I definitely address that, and like right up at the front, we got all kinds of different moms in this room. All kinds of different moms. A lot, but let's just all agree that none of us are virgin. Births, we know what got us here. So let's
Mom's
not
fuck, you guys, come on.
Let's not pretend. If there's a comic that, isn't for you, just wait. Maybe the next one is, and we're not going to judge each other here.
Yeah.
We're all here to laugh about this one thing that unites us. And they do pretty good, but I did have to learn that going in. Mom Jokes has been that sells 200 plus tickets every time since the very first one, just consistently.
Yeah.
Which I started before the pandemic when it was Liquid Laughs.
Yeah.
We had the comedy club. So I had to, learn that the hard way. Oh God, these, they're all here and they want to laugh and they want to have a good time and they want to have a good night out, but they're also I don't know, I think they don't really accept and love themselves. So they've got they're nervous and insecure a little bit with their friends. And so they're just checking to make sure
totally
it's safe to laugh. But, I like tricking them into laughing together about the same thing, especially when it's something that they might not normally
totally
laugh at or consider.
Who's your favorite comic here to watch? And maybe feel awkward if you can laugh or not laugh or look to your friends or whatever.
In Boise, locally?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great. I think we have a lot of really good, some really good talent coming in. I think with enough time and practice, we'll actually have a pretty good scene here soon, especially with Liquid Laughs. But I think I love. Miles is really, really good. I love watching Miles. And I love watching the audience react to Miles. Usually when I'm watching, I'm actually watching the audience, and I like watching them react to him. Yeah, he's fun too because he's I've had him on some clown shows, so I've seen
cool.
him
That's right, you clown too.
Yeah. So when he comes out, and I think we were on a show together, and I did the first round in clown, but I just did a regular comedy set.
Just in clown
just
makeup
in clown,
and stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
Just clowning around.
I like how.
I
like
made
how we're
no
calling
clown
it
puns.
in clown,
I
in drag.
literally.
A round of
Yeah, it was basically. It is basically drag.
Yeah.
The whole thing is right, and I had no idea Miles had this history at all. But he was right after me in the lineup, so he comes up, and his set is that set about his parents being clowns. Yeah. And I was just like, what the fuck, right? And he just to tell the audience that's not my. And I was like, God damn it, if I knew, I would have
I love that story about his parents. He's just full bred clown.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
So funny.
And then the ex-Mormon thing on top of that is just another what?
It's Mormon clown.
This is so Idaho.
Oh man. How did you get into clowning? Was it just kind of was it after stand up or before stand up?
It was after stand up. Even getting into stand up was I was always into theater and performance and such. And then I went to a story night, late night. Yeah. It was crime stories, and I put my name in the hat because I had a crime story, and I got drunk enough to tell this very long crime story where I did end up being arrested, and I have a record. I was the only one that night too that did, so I was like, what the fuck? I was this who did you get these crime stories from? But I won the Story Slam that month, and when I came off the stage, I had a couple of strangers ask me if I was a stand-up comedian, and I was like, no, that just happened, and it wasn't funny at all at the time. But because they recorded it and they put it online, I could listen to it back. I was like, oh, this is actually funny. This is funny. This is objectively funny, and I'm not a crazy person. And so then I did Boise's Funniest Person, and even that was a surprise. I had told my sisters, and my one sister was like, "Ooh, you're not funny." And I was like, "No, my only goal is to make this bitch laugh. Right? That's the only thing." but I started producing the Jack Mormon show and whatnot to do, like, I had this set of jokes that I wanted to tell, and so I had these like more themed shows, Jack Mormon mom jokes, and one of those was Let's Get Weird. And this was 2020, so February 2020.
Oh yeah.
I'm producing this Let's Get Weird show, and I've got all my weirdest artist friends that I want to see just do something fucking weird, and the audience is like, yeah, show me something weird, right?
Yeah.
Like we can really get fucking weird. So I thought, I'm gonna host this show in clown face, right? And I had a top hat that I had gotten for the Jack Mormon show because that's how he translated it. So I'd gotten this top hat for the Jack Mormon show that I repurposed for this clown thing. But the first time I put clown on my face, I was just like, oh my God.
You guys.
This feels right.
Hello. You guys, I'm like the cutest clown ever. I never saw that coming.
Oh my God, that's
I
so
did
funny.
not, as a child, I was not like, I'm going to do this. It was just, I put it on and was like, hello. Here you are.
Finally, I've arrived.
And I've been trying to process that with my therapist ever since.
Nice.
I just feel so hot in my clown makeup.
No, it actually kicked off after that because the pandemic happened and the comedy closed, and I have no other usable skills.
Oh.
So I started doing curbside comedy shows.
I think I remember seeing that when I first moved to town, like seeing that.
We're like selling private like curbside comedy and clown shows, and I was like, that's such a hustle. What
it
way
was.
to
I did
make money
55 shows that
That's
year.
Wild.
I did 55 shows that year, all like an hour plus.
That's crazy.
So I like honed a lot of material that year and learned about a lot of different groups of people because they weren't all together, right? They're like, these are your people in your yard. So some of them are like even sat 6 feet away from each other. Some of them are just like sharing drinks and bongs.
People just
and
don't care and shit,
there's just a wide range of reactions out here in Idaho. Wide range of reactions. But I would come in a different clown sort of character that I felt matched
their vibe,
your vibe, right?
Okay.
So there's all these different. I just felt like it would be weird to. I mean, it's weird to do it anyway, but it would be weirder to come with my PA and like my mom jeans. It's just like a stand.
And just stand there
like,
and totally.
Like I had to come full clown with a suitcase full of dolls. Like I'd fucking cracked in my house. and I just brought my audience with me. Like you didn't get enough of a crowd, but it's okay because I brought my own. And I, like introduced you to the dolls and we had a good time.
Yeah, no, that's fun. That's such like an intimate style of show too. Like you learn, I feel like you learn so much more about your audience members. Like when there's just like 12 to 20 of them just sitting in a backyard, like 6 feet away. We did a backyard show this last summer, and there was like 40 people there maybe or something. And it was fun, but like. I couldn't imagine like doing a COVID show. Like,
they were so weird.
Where like people are like masked and individually spaced in their camping chairs 6 feet apart. Like that's such a weird vision to me.
So weird.
Because I remember
there were only a few people that took it to that extent, but then also wanted to organize social activities. You were the most type A motherfucker like ever.
When COVID first hit, I was on like spring break for my senior year of college, and I was in Boise. We were about to fly to LA for like
a week of just like LA partying and shit.
And we're like going to the airport, and it's like travel shut down like, that day, and I'm like, fuck, all right, I guess we're hanging out in Boise for spring break. And then I went back up to Moscow, and no one really came back. So I'm like alone in my apartment complex. And like it's like me and like 7 other people. And one of the bars up there, like you could order to-go drinks
from them. And so we'd order like 12 of these like long
Island iced teas and just sit in our chairs in the parking lot and drink in like a circle. It was so fun. But COVID was weird. Like
it was a weird
some
time.
People were like so just like fuck it, I don't care, and some people were like just deathly like
Yeah.
I will not leave. I will not go into places where people aren't wearing masks. And then like with Boise, I moved here and we had the mask ordinance and stuff for like a good amount of time. Like
Yeah.
after,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, because the first couple comedy shows were all like,
and it was it. So I worked retail. I worked retail, and
you know, mad sweet with their masks. And
Yeah.
I got a clown mask, so it's like this clown collar striped. It's got a clown nose on it, and but then you're like, you can take it off when you get to the mic. Like that's fine. So you're, and then everyone else is like, with their beers.
It's so funny.
Oh my
I
God.
remember it was funny too because Boise was like the only place where there was a mask ordinance. There wasn't one in Eagle. There wasn't one in Meridian. There wasn't one in Cuna. So you'd get people coming in. Like I worked at a little retail shop. You'd get people coming in, and you're like, "Hey man, you got to throw a mask on," and they're like, "Fuck you," and you're like, "What?"
American.
I'm an American. I'm not wearing a
rights.
fucking mask right now. Jesus Christ, dude. Just wear it around your chin. I'm not going to tell anyone. Just like, please, in case the cop walks in. Like, oh my God.
People got wild
Dude,
during that.
it was so crazy to me that like, they're like, and then literally less than a year later, they take away Roe v. Wade. And it's like, were you just fighting for like body autonomy like a year ago, dude?
Right? Like, oh my God, that was the most. I mean, that was never about.
No.
You know, that's a control thing. But that was they're. I mean, they are like. And not they on any one side. Just hypocrisy has a way of like making a fool out of you.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
for sure.
And it doesn't matter. Yeah, like the people that were taking it so extra, they had hypocrisies in that also.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
totally.
Like the fact that you've even booked me to come out here. You don't know me. I'm
Yeah.
like a literal stranger coming out here in clown face
No, and it's
with
like,
dolls
and
that
it's
are
like-
for sure like my children's toys. These are packed. I've got a suitcase full of germs and almost their toys.
Yeah.
He's going to play with these dolls.
Oh my God.
They all because it's their toys.
Yeah.
And
No.
Eleanor sat next to you. And I told you keep an eye on her.
Now
And you
she's
did,
fucking
and now
dead.
you're
all right, you little
canoodling
germaphobe
and-
freak.
Yeah.
Like, you touched it all, idiot. What are you going to do now? Guess
Oh,
what?
people are funny though.
No, it's hilarious. So when you like first did that story and like realized like, oh, I'm funny, what's like the timeline? Like what year was that? And then like when did you first start like producing shows?
So I was a single mom at that time.
Okay.
With a sordid history. I mean, I had a crime, I had a criminal record at that point.
Yeah.
It's just for weed. It's no big deal. I'm not like a hardened criminal.
Me
It's fine.
too.
I've gotten a lot smarter. But yeah, I think it was like, it was really hard to come out and do open mics
Yeah.
because I'm a single mom and that's a hard and complicated situation. And so I sort of felt the need to create my own opportunities.
Mhm.
And I had met enough other comics that were also ex-Mormon or raised Mormon. And it was like, there's this whole other set of jokes that you have about that
Mhm.
you don't want to like do all this explanation for.
Mhm.
And if you could just give to
someone who
to
knows
to the people that know,
context,
like this is gonna. So that idea kind of arose out of that. But I think it was like maybe like 2 or 3 years from doing the
the story.
story night and then producing that first show. But I wasn't doing a whole bunch of comedy
Yeah.
in between there. Like I did some storytelling and some other like creative sort of endeavors, and then did the Boise's Funniest because I only did that even because I'd gone in and I did this open mic, and my first open mic I killed, which is you shouldn't
Yeah.
on your first one because it ruins the way you think about it.
Mhm.
And then the next one, when you inevitably don't, kill because you don't do that same thing. You think, let me try something different.
Yep.
And my second time was in New York for some reason because I was on vacation. And I was like, I'm going to go to an open mic here. And I'm just like this fucking redneck from Idaho. Like, it was just the worst mistake. And I just bombed so terribly. And I swear if I did that same material that I did the first time, I know I would have actually done well. Because I've done that since.
Yeah.
That's solid. It's timeless. It works then. It works now. It would have worked in New York. But I did not do that. I was like, oh, I'm going to try something new in New York. My second time.
Yeah.
And it feels so... It feels like dying. It's the worst.
Yep.
And I was traumatized slightly. So I didn't, come to another open mic or anything for a while. I also have a kid. And I'm doing that. But I came into Liquid actually just to like have a drink. I was in that area anyway. And Oleg was there. And Oleg's, have you guys met Oleg?
I don't know.
Do you know Oleg? Oleg was very funny.
Okay.
And he is really funny. And he was like, oh, where'd you go? You were really funny. And I was like, oh, okay. Thanks. All right. And he said I should do the Boise's Funniest. And I was like, okay, well, you're funny. And you think I should do that. Maybe that one thing in New York was a fluke. And I did all right, and I've been doing it ever since. But I didn't do a whole bunch of comedy since then.
Between.
Like, once I started Boise's Funniest, I think that was like 2014.
Wow.
Crazy.
I wasn't a spring chicken then either. I was 2 times divorced.
The old double D's.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I think that was 2014, and I've just been doing it ever since.
Nice.
Like, once I was doing it, and I just love it.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Yeah. Totally.
And I haven't stopped.
You ever get in like a weird situation, like maybe between costume changes backstage in a hallway between restaurants, maybe one that's full of kids and one that's full of the adults that are in your crowd, and maybe they catch you at like a weird spot? Anything weird like that ever happen?
I have been spotted in the wild in many stages of costuming. I do try, to keep the pasties covered if I'm out in public. But I have been spotted a couple of times. Like, I'll get chicken strips at Eureka for this bit, Mother 8 that I do. But if I'm doing that bit, I'm usually like all dressed,
full chicken strips,
like full. It's what I call my slutty gay Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, I've seen.
So it's
that.
not like classic Charlie Chaplin. It's slutty gay Charlie Chaplin. So he's got like devil horns and a little hat.
Yeah.
And if you kick the little hat off, there's another little pink pony club hat. And googly eyes on the nipples.
That's
and the
move.
like these white fringe, sort of, and then cowboy boots.
good move.
And and the mustache, right? The mustache. I do have
Chaplin mustache.
the Charlie Chaplin mustache, which you cannot buy at the store as is. You do have to.
Gotta Sharpie that one.
You have to make that choice yourself as you look in the mirror and line it up.
Do you have to like look at a picture of Hitler next to Charlie Chaplin to like try?
Trying to hit the exact line of like where Charlie's
It is the
and-
exact mustache. Yeah,
Like,
that is.
How much of a difference is there between the two?
It was a very. There's no difference. It is the exact mustache. And to be fair, that was a very popular mustache at the time.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like, Hitler was such a motherfucker that he ruined the most popular mustache at that time. Like, you can't wear that mustache now, and they don't sell it.
You know what's cool? I have a bald spot
6 million
in that
dues.
exact spot. There's no way I could ever rock that
No,
mustache.
you couldn't. You couldn't.
Damn,
I'm
bro.
just so not Hitler that I can't even grow the mustache.
No. Well, I've been putting it on more and more because fascism's just gotten hotter and hotter.
It's
The
true.
older I've gotten. Like, do we need a reminder?
Okay, can we?
you
No.
know?
Okay, fascism outfits have always ate, and that is
I mean,
those leather overcoats,
it's because
the pointy hats from the helmets, like the motorbike helmets from World War One,
it's
that people
because they're
still
classic
wear.
subs. These bitches are classic subs, and they're simping
There's
for
always one
authority.
dom in
They just want some like
Yes, sir.
dom daddy leather clad beast to
Yeah.
like tell them what to do with their mind, body, and soul.
You can't blame them for that.
I'm
Just
tempting
being a sub.
sometimes. Oh, I'll take a little strawberry over here. No, I don't go out in the mustache. I keep the mustache. Like, I won't put the mustache on until I get to the venue and I am safely in the green room. I don't have anybody new to talk because it's something like
Keep your hands at your waist.
you can't see that until I'm coming onto stage. Like,
Yeah,
I
you're
don't-
not like getting groceries in it or anything.
yeah, no, I'm not getting groceries in the mustache.
Like, oh shit, I left my.
Someone's writing you a ticket, and you're like, "Hey, no!"
I'm on your side.
Look at the boobs!
Put it back on. And you're like, "Hello." Sorry if my Volkswagen is.
Oh,
You get pulled over, and they're like, "Is there weed in this car?" And you're like, "No, no, no." Mustache on. Sorry, sir. And they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry to bother you." I didn't realize you were the Führer.
yes. Right
Please, on
this
your
way,
way,
sir.
Right
no,
this
you're
way.
hysterical. Have you guys seen the Great Dictator? Charlie Chaplin. It was his first talkie, as they called him at the time.
The talkies.
The talkies, you know. It's his first movie with sound, and it's a comedy about Hitler,
Oh.
right? The Great Dictator,
Yeah.
right? And it's just a brilliant satire,
Huh.
and stands today. Like, this is just as funny right now today as it was not widely accepted then, because actually Americans loved Hitler at the time. We were big fans. Ooh, whoops.
Hey.
So, you know, he made that movie and they were like,
Oh wait, he's not a good guy.
what are you saying? What are you saying? No, it's a really, really funny film, but it's like the first, comedy making fun of Hitler. And I think it's on HBO. If they haven't taken it off, because I keep telling everybody that you need to, just with the climate as it is, I'm like, hey, have you seen The Great Dictator? Because I think you should watch The Great Dictator and just like, just assimilate the knowledge and then move forward.
And there's some people you definitely shouldn't watch The Great Dictator.
There's I watched a movie last night. It was a Robin Williams movie, I think from like 2006 or something, and it was the one where he plays like a talk show host he's like basically a Jon Stewart type, right? And he is like at one of his shows and someone's like, well, you should run for president, and then he like runs for president and he wins it, but he wins it because of like voting machine fluke or something, but he actually does like a really good job as president. And so like this like lady who worked for the like voting booth company like is trying to tell him the truth about it the whole time, and like the company's trying to like kill her and shit. And like or like make her like ruin her reputation.
Shut up, bitch!
And the whole
Shut
time
up!
Robin Williams is like falling in love with her, so she's also like, well, he's so sweet and lovely, I don't want to tell him that he's not the president, you know? And it's like but like the way that they portray like him getting to the presidency, and like him like at the like they have this big scene of him at the debates where he like starts to just like go off about legitimate issues in American politics like today, and he's talking about like he's like, I think politicians should be like NASCAR drivers and have to wear the little logos as patches like on their jackets that they're supported by, you know. And I was like, damn, that's crazy, like that
we made that joke then and we still have it.
and like, But there's like so much of that, like all the way back.
Like to the 70s and like, you
there's-
know,
yeah.
and but no, what was crazy to me is like he was like the way the movie portrayed him getting like popularity and stuff. It was like honestly like if Trump wasn't shitty, but it was in that same sense because
Yeah,
like
I know
the people
exactly
were like
what you're
the
talking
people were like,
about.
oh, he's so authentic, he's not the same, like it's all those same things, right? Like he's not,
I've thought about this movie, like
because
I know
it's
the
like
movie you're
that's
talking
essentially
about.
how Trump got in
I
is
saw
like
it when
by
it came
doing
out
that
because I'm that old.
Yeah.
And I have thought about that movie since Trump was elected. Like this is something I have thought about.
I think Trump watched that movie and was like, here's the framework. Here it is.
Oh, he'd been saying he was going to run for president for years.
He did. I remember seeing like an interview of him in like the 80s on like Oprah or something talking about it.
Yeah, no, it's the number one reason, like, for most of us, that first round, like initially,
It was like
nobody
felt
took
like a
it
joke,
seriously because this motherfucker's been saying
That was
this
the
for
first election I voted
20
in.
years.
And I was like, there's no way he's gonna win, you know?
Oh no. Oh no. I did see it like once we were in it and the Republicans were like, yeah, this is our guy. I was like, oh, we're fucked. He's getting it.
Yeah.
And we're fucked. And the Democrats are going to do nothing to help this or stop it. If anything, they're going to help this happen.
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way. They have no idea how to talk to people.
Oh, they don't. It's the worst. It's so painful to watch.
It is painful. That's why we need a revolution of
Podcasters.
Take heed.
I
peasants.
want different niches of podcasters as our Congress.
That's not a bad.
That's how you get a
of all
voice
the
from
ideas we
every-
have floating around right now,
Like,
I thought the worst.
You got your like news podcasters, you got like your comedy podcasters, you've got like your Magic the Gathering podcasters, you've got like
You got
your
so
true
many.
crime
You got the
podcasters.
furries.
the
You
ones
got-
that are wrong.
You got the
about a
science
lot of
podcasters,
things.
you've got the conspiracy theory podcasters.
What are me for?
You got math.
You said people are wrong about
podcasters.
everything. So I
Oh.
said conspiracy theory
Okay.
to go along with that theme.
Okay.
All kinds of different podcast niches.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
The
though,
political
it
ones.
will be based on podcast following, so it'll be exactly the same issues.
So this solves nothing.
So yeah, Joe Rogan will still be in control.
It's
not fair because you get all the ads and stuff, and like Manscaped.
Don't even look at us anymore.
We're about at that time, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna apologize in advance. There were sound issues going on that whole time, but we have some audio, so some of it will be a little spotty, and but you'll be able to hear it. You know, if you. Anyways, that's
just upload these as is, or do you edit?
I'll go through it.
anyways, that's
you guys
just and stuff, and
make something.
yeah, and I'll try to tweak the sound as best I can.
It's
but-
pretty much the whole conversation, though. Like,
Alright.
just straight through.
But yeah, I gotta go lay down. But do you have any?
Okay. You all right? You feeling all right?
No, I got in a car
Sorry,
crash
you
this week. I gotta go. My back is on fire right now, so I'm talking kind of fast. But Krystal, this was fun. I'm a little Krystal sore.
That was the crystal lore.
It'll
make you sore.
Yeah.
But
If
it'll leave you wanting
if you
more.
want Krystal Moore, you'll. Anyways, not to be a crystal bore, the pig, not the.
I'll take it.
You want to plug a thing and then.
Well, tonight and every fourth Friday of the month, I do a super secret show at Liquid Laughs Underground.
Speaking of SS.
I mean, it's no secret. He's going to be on tonight. I'm very excited. And then second Saturday every month, I do Femme Fatale, These Ladies Kill. It's an openly feminist comedy show. It's an all-women's ladies lineup. We sacrifice a man at the beginning of every show. So few men in comedy. So just trying to help out, do what I can for the people. You want to go, you're sore.
Thanks for being on,
Yeah.
Krystal.